Houston Life. Welcome back to Houston Life. The holidays are here, and a lot of us are already thinking about how we can make that big meal extra special. And one option that never disappoints my family is a perfectly cooked steak. So today we're getting some expert guidance from 44 Farms Chief Operating Officer BJ McElroy. Welcome to Houston Life, BJ.
Thank you so much for having me. Excited to be here. Honored and humbled to be here with you.
Well, thank you for making our studio, first of all, smell and sizzle so good. I really do.
For sure.
People don't ever underestimate the smell of a delicious steak. For people who aren't familiar with 44 Farms, this is one of the most respected ranches in Texas. Tell us how that came to be.
Yeah, Tessa, we're honored to be here. 44 Farms is a fifth generation Black Angus ranch located in Cameron, Texas. So for those in Texas, in the Houston area, that's about 2.5 hours directly northwest of the studio. We run Black Angus cattle, so we sell high-end genetics to commercial cattlemen all across the United States, helping to try to make their life a little bit better. And so what really makes us unique here at 44 Farms and available to buy at 44steaks.com is our beef.
Okay.
Like I said, been around for since 1909, so that's 115 years in production agriculture, working farming and cattle ranching here in the great state of Texas.
That's amazing. That's quite an achievement. And you also have a connection with one of our good friends, Chris Shepard, who we know is a stickler for quality. Can you tell us a little bit about that relationship?
Absolutely. Chris is a great guy. He was actually one of our very first customers in our food service business. And here in Houston, when he had Underbelly, we were honored to serve him and to be able to serve at a restaurant that won a James Beard Award winning chef. It was really, really humbling. But Chef Shepard is a great guy, great advocate. One of our first, like I said, one of our first chefs. He came out to the ranch, petted our bull Wildfire, and fell in love with 44 Farms ever since.
Wow.
So, yep.
And you would actually do the deliveries to Underbelly.
Absolutely. We would deliver a whole half carcass to Underbelly every single week.
That is incredible.
It was fun.
That is incredible. So you know a thing or two about steak. What can you tell us, before we get into what 44 Farms does and everything that you have going on for the holidays is incredible. Tell us some tips, some expert tips on what makes a steak, how do you pick it, the marbling, what makes it special?
Absolutely. So the marbling is really, really important. So if you'll see here, we have ribeyes right here. We have a New York strip and the filet. So these are kind of what they call your middle cuts. So they're the primary cuts that most people are familiar with. But those little white flecks of fat, it's called marbling. And that's what really creates that juiciness, the flavor, and that bold, buttery flavor when you bite into it. That just creates that best experience.
Okay,
so,
and ribeyes, New York strips here, and fillets.
Fillets, yes.
Okay, so that's what we're looking at.
Yes,
that's what we're looking at here.
Yes.
And you say people can sometimes get intimidated because the quality of your meat it's so high that people are like, oh no, I don't want to get that. I'm not ready for that. What do you tell them?
So we understand when you're buying a piece of beef and a steak at this day and age, it's an investment, right? And so that can be intimidating, and we really try to make this approachable. But if you start with a high quality product, so we only offer USDA Prime and USDA Choice. So that is just basically a judgment on the quality of the steaks based on the intermuscular fat, that marbling that you see here. And so these are USDA Prime steaks, and we also offer USDA Choice. And so that's where that quality really starts and creates that bold flavor.
Well, I also am noticing a bold coloring. What can you tell us about this pretty red color?
The red is, a lot of people shop with their eyes, and that red is really, really important. But really where that flavor comes from is those white flecks in the intermuscular fat. So one of the unique things about our program is that we think that it helps create a little bit more a superior eating experience. Our product is what we call never ever. So it's never ever been administered any additional antibiotics or hormones. And we think that really just lends to a little bit more softer, tender bite and that buttery, bold flavor that when you bite into it.
That buttery flavor is what I'm smelling right now.
Yes,
you're going to demo. Give us some tips for cooking that steak at home. Right now, what do you work with? Is that a filet?
This is a filet in the cast iron. So one of the most approachable techniques that I like to recommend is the reverse sear technique.
Okay.
So pretty simple. It's basically 2 steps. Low and slow in the oven at 275. And you want to get that internal temperature to about 120.
Okay.
If you're doing it in the oven, if you don't have a thermometer, that's about 40 minutes. We've done a lot of data. It's pretty spot on to about 40 minutes. So after 40 minutes or that internal temp of 120, you're going to pull it from the oven. You're going to let it rest. Letting it rest is going to be really, really important. That lets those muscle fibers relax, lets the juice juices redistribute, and then we're gonna pop it. We've already pulled it from the oven, and we're letting it sizzle here in this tallow. So, and then really pretty simple. You're just gonna sizzle the steak in that beef tallow for about a minute or two. And then flip it, and then once that's done sizzling, you just pull it off. So really easy, simple. In the oven at 275 for about 40 minutes. Take it off, let it rest for 5 to 10 minutes, then put it in a piping hot cast iron skillet. Make sure you have good ventilation and get kind of smoky. But then pull that off and let it rest for about another 2 to 5 minutes.
And that'll give you rare, medium rare?
That'll give us medium rare. So if you want medium, we understand people might want a little bit more done, so you'd go to about 130 or about 45 minutes in the oven.
And I know you guys have tallow, but if you don't have tallow at home?
Pecan oil is great.
Pecan oil?
Or something with a high smoke point like pecan oil, avocado oil. Olive oil is pretty good too. Just it can get a little smoky pretty fast.
Well, do you mind? Can we
Absolutely,
try this?
We got to try it.
All right, I'm going to try this. And while I do that, I also want to get into some of these holiday packaging, holiday specials that you guys have going on. Let's talk about them because they make great gifts, and there are a lot of meat lovers and meat eaters, especially in Houston. But you guys will ship anywhere in the country it'll take 2 days. Is that right?
2 days. It's
hard
so
to talk
good.
with your mouth full.
It's hard to talk with your mouth full. Anywhere in the country in 2 days. Excuse me. Wow, so good.
Delicious.
Delicious, absolutely.
So anywhere in Texas, you're talking about maybe 1 day to get that.
Texas would be, we were talking about Corpus Christi earlier. That'd be 1 day.
And the cutoff days to order some of these holiday packaging is what?
December 20th.
December 20th. This is my body type, guys. And you asked me what my favorite body type is. This one right here. Look at this bundle. This is kind of a guide to everything that you guys have going on at 44 Farms. What are you most proud of? I see the coffee, the pecan oil, the candied pecans. You got salt. What is your favorite bundle?
My favorite bundle is the family pack. It's got a ribeye, it's got a strip, it's got a top sirloin. It is our top seller. It's about $160 online, and like I said, it could be at your house in less than 2 days.
There you go. BJ McElroy of 44 Farms, thank you so much. And finding that perfect steak, as we mentioned, is just one click away. You guys have given our viewers a discount code. Thank you so much.
Yes, absolutely. We're excited.
This is perfect, For Houston Live viewers right now, you can get 20% off your first online order at 44farms.com. Use code HoustonLife at checkout. Head to HoustonLife.tv, and we'll send you to that link as well so you can make that purchase.